What's going on, people? Will Cadena from New York City, and today we're going to be going over some of my fitness shoots that we do. This shoot was actually a test shoot just on testing out equipment. This is actually a local gym that we went to. So I asked the owner, I'm like, hey, Noah, I need to test out some gear before I do any crazy real assignments. Again, that's a must because I don't want to test anything out on the field on a real client, because at the end of the day, if you screw up, what will happen? No recommendations after that. So he was willing, thank God. So, and this is actually one of the shots that we got from him. Again, this was a particular shot that I had envisioned. I already had it in mind. I told him what I was looking to do, but this is the shot that I love. There's a lot going on over here. And if you look at the composition, you look at the angles, you look at the ropes. So let me just show a little bit behind the scenes so you have a better understanding what we had to endure, or the headaches, or the challenges, which there were a couple.
So good. We got it. We fucking got it. That's fucking awesome.
So I was excited about it because literally we set up the lighting. We only took, for that shot that you're seeing here, that only took 3 shots. The first shot I took, I didn't get it because the rope actually went into my lens, almost smacked me. So we actually redid the shot again, and we just had to adjust. And the reason why we had to adjust was because the right arm over here, it went a little bit too high, which it ended up causing a shadow. And the third shot, this is the third shot, and then we got it. So I was really excited about that. And looking at the settings, the shutter speed is 200, and the f-stop is actually a 1.6. ISO 125 and we use a 35mm lens for this. Now the question is, why did I shoot at these settings? Really, it was really a particular choice for me. I know I wanted the ISO to be really low, so for a couple of reasons. As you know, it's any kind of gym, it has that crappy lighting in the location, so we want to darken it down dramatically. Fluorescent lighting, it's horrendous. So this is the location. Believe it or not, this video clip actually looks pretty good, even though it was shot, I think it was auto white balance on the gimbal. So my setup was, we had one, this is a Westcott Apollo. This is a strip box. All right, so we have it up, as you can see it over here. So it's coming down this way. So why did I chose that modifier? And the reason why, because obviously it's horizontal. As you can see, I don't want the light going everywhere. So this actually just has a beam of light going right down on it. And if I really wanted to concentrate that light even more, I will put a grid on it. A grid actually really focuses the beam of light where you want it to go. So for this particular scenario, I really didn't need a grid. So I know certain locations you might need a grid to really control where you want the light to go, instead of having light everywhere, spilling everywhere. So for me, that worked. We actually set up another light, as you see over here, is another strip box. This is another Westcott Apollo strip. The reason why I like using these Apollos when I travel is because they compress kind of like an umbrella, and when you open it opens up in that way, which is cool. So this one down over here, I actually had a speed light. So regarding flashes, this one had a FJ400, I'm sorry, an FJ200, so we had 200 watts in this one. This one over here, we actually had a speed light in there, which was the FJ80 version 2. All right, and then we had another light. See over here, you see the modifier that's on the floor, and that is actually lighting up some of the shadows. It brings up more depth from the back, from the bottom. If not, if I didn't have that there, it will be too contrasty. So besides the pounding, like he's happy with it. This guy rarely shows emotion, and this is him showing emotion. This is awesome. So it was a good thing. If you can really look at the image over here, all right, there's one light here and there's another light here. So it's literally, it's on a stand, and we have a speed light on top, and we have another speed light on the bottom, and we put a color gel on there, and the gel was actually blue. And this is the reason why we ended up getting the color tone on the bottom. the gel. So that helps create separation. And besides the separation, if you look at the rim lighting on the, it brings out more of his biceps, the curve, you know, everything that he worked so hard for, it brings it all out. And so I ended up using those lights for 2 reasons, is help me create rim lighting and also will help me create a different look on the background and separation. So let me actually zoom into his image again. Again, what you're looking at is in camera. There's no post-production done to the image. So see, this is the bottom of that light that I mentioned before to you guys. So I wanted that, or like that, not like a demon look, more like kind of like that superpower, like in that way. That's another reason why I set that light up there. So I'm always, again, as I mentioned before in my other videos, I'm always trying to make sure I get the catch light in some way or another in the eyes. Also with that saw box below, it also helps create shadows. All right, so that's what I'm looking for as well. So if you want to bring out anything that has a lot of detail, you need to create shadows. All right, that's how you do that. So if you put an on-camera flash on your camera, if you shoot directly, it just flattens out everything completely. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure we create shadows in it. So this is why everything that I shoot that looks very like surreal or very contrasty, it's because the flash is off camera. Is never on camera. And there's certain cases I will have an on-camera flash for certain kind of things. Even when I do like group shots of people, I use on-camera flash, but I always have an indirectional flash that gives me a little bit more power to create dimension. Regarding the composition wise, I wanted to make sure we could bring up his brand, his gym, the name of it. So again, this was all very thoughtfully, you know, curated beforehand, so I wanted to capture that. If you look at the composition, he's in the rule of thirds. See? Falls right into it, the factors in it. Also, when I said that it's shot in camera, is shot in camera, even though this is converted to JPEG, the aspect ratio is, in my camera, I set it up as a 4 by, like a 4:5 ratio, which is great. It gives me that, that look that I kind of used to shoot back during the film days. You know, there's certain things I kept in the scene to create a little bit more depth. I kept that in there, so it just draws like, oh, like we're photographing from the back, we're kind of looking in. So that was the goal for that. So the settings, again, as I mentioned before, shutter speed 200 or 1.6. Now, 1.6, if you think about like, wow, that's you're pretty much almost shooting wide open. I mean, technically you are shooting wide open, but the camera, which I was using a Canon R5 Mark II for this, I mean, dead on. I put on servo mode. Servo mode, no matter what, is constantly tracking the subject. And obviously with the feature that they incorporate in there, if you want eye detection, so no matter what he does, it's constantly tracking for that eye. If it can't track for the eye, then it tracks like this part of the face. If it can't track that part of the face, it tracks the head, and then so on and so on. So I just wanted to push the limits on the camera, and I wanted to push the limits on the lens. Again, this was a test shoot, and the great thing about part about it, I could use this for a portfolio shot for anything with fitness. And sure enough, we ended up getting work out of this image. So we ended up getting 2 more gyms to do their campaign shoots, to do other kind of stuff. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Just keep creating, and if you make mistakes, learn from the mistakes. Because I can tell you right now, a lot of the stuff that I showed you, that's all from experience and also by making mistakes. And from there, once you learn how to fix that mistake, you're golden. Enjoy the day, guys.